Hey there riders, Journo Kris here today with the Ninja 400, my Shoei Hornet ADV and my GoPro Media Mod, and I wanted to talk about whether you can run a GoPro Media Mod as a motovlogging setup and really give you an idea of the kind of results I'm getting. I will say I've been highly impressed with the Media Mod, not from the motovlogging perspective, but because it now comes with a wind muff on the Media Mod, which runs the Hero 9, Hero 10 and Hero 11. And when you set that to the rear microphone recording with the wind muff on, you can actually get exceptional bike noise depending on how fast you're going, which to me really adds to the recording quality and to the footage that you capture with this Media Mod. Now, obviously a vlogging setup where you've got a microphone inside the helmet should take that a step further and be even better, but I have struggled to get a really good microphone setup, and I think perhaps part of the problem is the Shoei Hornet ADV. While it is a quiet adventure helmet, it's not the quietest road helmet. And I've actually got a Shoei GT 2, which is going to be my new motovlogging and everyday helmet, which will replace the Hornet ADV, which will become my adventure only helmet, essentially speaking. So hopefully I'll see some improvements there as well. As far as that Media Mod, as I said, you can get quite good kind of bike audio just riding normally. The one caveat to that with the wind muff and the rear microphone setting is that if you have a screen on your bike and it directs all of the wind to that particular area of the GoPro, the advantages disappear very, very quickly. So it's going to depend on what motorcycle you've got, and a naked motorcycle seems to benefit most from this setup, which is something worth keeping in mind. As far as the motovlogging side of things, I found it quite good at low speeds, but I found most setups work at low speeds. You really want to be able to record at 80 or 100 kilometers an hour to get some decent kind of audio and to be able to get some footage of you having some actual fun out on the road. So that's what I'll be testing today. I'll be riding through an 80 kilometer an hour section. I'll be giving you some of my thoughts, and we'll see how we go as to whether the Media Mod does the job there, because I want to show you how to get a decent motovlogging setup that works really well. And I've got a couple of other external recorders which I've tried, and I've actually found they're not really any better than the GoPro, which I found quite interesting, but those will be covered in separate videos. And at the end, I will do a comparison of some different options for you to hopefully give you an idea how you could possibly set up a really simple and easy motovlogging kit that is going to get you the results you want. So stay tuned for that. For now, let's go and have a bit of a ride and see what we get. As a point of comparison, it is fairly windy with the visor open here, as you can see, doing 50 kilometers an hour. And then your comparison point, doing 50 to 60 kilometers an hour now with the visor closed to obviously reduce the amount of ambient wind hitting that microphone. I've got an extra layer of foam around the microphone itself to try and protect it a little bit more inside the helmet. Probably the one thing that I've always found with these motovlogging setups is I just get way too much wind noise, which I've never really been able to reduce enough to be entirely happy with. And certainly I want a nice balance between the bike running, which on a Ninja 400, even with a slip-on exhaust, probably going to be hard because it's a fairly quiet machine. But apart from that, I do want at least the audio of me talking to be fairly clear and not too wind interrupted. One of the problems, we're just speeding up to 80 now. One of the problems for me, I would say, is that as the speeds rise, you get some very annoying wind noise. And again, that might just be the Shoei Hornet ADV, which, while quiet for an adventure helmet, is not the quietest for a road helmet. And the other issue is that with this setup, we're actually using a GoPro Media Mod as kind of the intermediate between the GoPro and that particular setup. It's got auto gain. And I have noticed if I talk too loud, particularly when I'm going faster, while the GoPro tends to be able to keep the wind noise from peaking, my voice in comparison, not so much. So that is one of the concerns of running the GoPro Media Mod, is that it's not quite so good at handling the audio control in an automatic fashion. And unfortunately, GoPro have never offered
the ability to set that up manually, which might just be because it wouldn't be possible for them to offer that in a kind of a way that most people are going to be able to use, which, you know, I guess it is what it is. It'd be a nice quality of life feature, and I think the motovlogging market would be a fair bit stronger if there was just better options out there, easier options I should say, because there are lots of options people recommend, but I've never found any of them to be super easy, and I've tended to just been tearing my hair out trying to get them to work in a way that I'm happy with, and that may be a issue with standards being too high, but I mean, who would know? It's certainly never as good as what I see other people creating on YouTube. That bird had a bit of a death wish. And this should be recording from the interior microphone. Whether it is or not is another question entirely, because I have had problems, and the important first step for ensuring that your media mod is recording to your GoPro through the microphone is basically that you turn the GoPro on and then hit record. You don't use quick record, because quick record will half of the time just not bother capturing any audio for you, which is wonderful. And it's not like it just doesn't capture microphone audio. In my experience, it just doesn't capture any audio. And apparently the answer to that is running a powered microphone, but who on earth wants to stuff around with having to do that? So we've been doing 80 kilometers an hour all the way up through here, so hopefully we're getting some good results. I will probably get home and find there's no audio whatsoever, knowing my luck, but fingers crossed. Okay, so now we're doing 110 kilometers per hour, a very legal 110. How's that audio sounding? I'm personally hearing a lot more wind buffeting off the helmet shell.
Okay, so as stated, this is the GoPro Hero 10 with a media mod and a simple microphone attached. I will put a link to the specific microphone down in the description. Let me know, what do you think? Do you think that this is good enough? Do you think it's good enough at 60, 80, and then at highway speeds, as I demonstrated right at the end there? And would you buy the GoPro and the media mod for this specific use? I'm happy with the media mod, but not for this specific use. But I'm interested to hear what people think. And also, if you've done some motovlogging and you've used other kind of recorders and stuff like that, have you had better results than this? I haven't done anything to the audio except balance all of the audio in the video. So there's no removal of background noise or anything like that, because obviously if I do that, the issue is going to be that it normally removes all the bike noise. I can get my voice nice and clear, and I'm just interested to hear what people think and whether it's an acceptable kind of audio. As always, stay safe out there. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon with some more thoughts on the motovlogging and trying some different equipment.